Good morning, everyone. Good morning from Brazil. Okay, it is already good afternoon there, right? So, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to our fifth lesson. We can see there is already people talking on the YouTube chat. We have Nicole saying good evening. Good evening, Nicole. Good evening, Youssef. Thank you for joining every class. It is really important for us to have people joining every class. We become really happy seeing that you guys are enjoying, that you guys are learning, and it is important to participate all the classes. So thank you for being in here, Youssef. Just like I used to say, I'm going to wait a few minutes, okay? So more people can join. I'm going to wait 10 minutes. And what you guys are thinking about those online cards. I would like to know if you guys were facing any trouble, any problem. You could fill out those four cards, Youssef. You could fill out them. Did you have any difficulties, any doubts, any questions? Take these moments to talk about it. If you could fill out them, I would like to know, please. And if you are already watching us, please let us know. Talk on the YouTube chat right here. You can say about your questions, about your doubts, about the problems you have faced filling the cards. Okay. You guys need to fill out every card, guys, so you guys can be able to join the mentorship program. Okay. It is really important to participate of every single class. Okay. Today's class we are going to talk about my HR. Okay, we are going to talk about finances too. So if you are already watching us, please let us know. Talk on the YouTube chat. Talk on the WhatsApp group too. It's important to participate, to share what you guys are thinking. For us, it is really important to have you guys in here, participating, talking. It is important. So hello everyone. There's someone else in here. We have Youssef, we have Nicole. There's someone else in here. Please let us know. Send a message. Send hi. Also, guys, I know some of you is going to watch it later, the recorded class. So there's no problem, okay? If you are watching this later and you have faced some difficulties filling out some cards, some online card, we have 5 cards. Every single card is about the days of class, okay? So it's about the content we see in here. Today's card is going to be about today. yesterday and the previously days subsequently. Okay, so it is really important to fill out, guys, every card. If you faced any error, if you are facing any trouble, if the links weren't working, if the link wasn't working, please let us know, because you guys need to fill out them so you guys can receive your certificate, okay? And so you guys can be part of the mentorship program, okay? Please let me know if you guys code made it or don't, okay? It is always important to pay attention on informations you guys put in there. Use the same name, the same last name, because once you guys send the answers from the cards, the data go to our database, and in our data it goes to our data, okay? So if you put any wrong letter, if you misspelled your name, you will probably have some troubles, okay? So pay attention, use the same name, use the same email. It is important, okay? Let me see. Youssef said, I got difficulties to log in using the link through, but later I sorted it out. Nice, Youssef. Did you face any other difficulties? Don't. That was the only one. It is important, guys, to share your doubts, to to share your questions, because your question can be the question of your colleagues, so it can help a lot when you guys share about what did you find, okay? So there's already someone else in there. We have Youssef in here, we have Nicole. If you are watching us, please let us know. I'm going to wait 3 more minutes, then we can start with today's content, okay? And I just want to remember you guys that this is the first part of the course, okay? We have the second one, which we are going to talk about other things, okay? We are going to go deeper at those contents we are seeing here, okay? So if you have any doubts, please make notes, and we are going to use the mentorship program time to solve them, okay? Just like I said, today we are going to talk about my HR, my finances, my analysis, and action plan. I'm going to wait 1 minute. There's someone in there. Remembering, please let us know. It is important to participate, to comment. Youssef saying that he didn't find any other difficulties. So I'm really glad, okay? Because when you guys have doubts, it's because I didn't explain it right, okay? So if you guys didn't have any doubts, I can be happy, okay? I'm going to trust you guys, okay? I'm going to believe that you guys didn't have any doubts, okay? And if you do, there's no problem, okay? I'll ask you to make a note about your doubts, about the questions you want to make. Then you guys can use it, okay? So let's start with today's class. Welcome everyone in here. If you are watching this recorded, welcome too, okay? There's no problem if you are not watching this live, okay? I think it is always important to watch it live because I think we can learn better. And if we have any questions, we can take those doubts down, okay? So it is really important to participate, to communicate, to say what you guys are thinking, okay? We are going to see a evaluation you guys need to make about me, okay? So what you guys think about class, what you guys think about my way to explain, okay? So it is really important to to feel it too, okay? And also we have the last card, okay? I'm going to show you guys how to fill the last card, and we can end all our first part of the course, okay? It is really important, guys, to remember that we have this first week of class, okay? This entire week of class, and we will have the mentorship program, okay? The mentorship program, you guys will have a mentor, which in this program is going to be me. So I'm your teacher, I'm your fellow I'm, I'm your teacher, and I'm also your mentor. Okay, so if you guys need anything, please ask me. I'm going to talk with you guys every single week on the WhatsApp. Okay, so if you guys have any difficulties, any questions, we are going to solve it together. Okay, so you can prepare yourself to the future. Okay, even if you don't have a business yet, we can prepare it to the future. Okay, we are going to think together, we are going to think in some ways of doing this, what is a good idea, what is don't. Okay, so please use this time with me to 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 understand the entrepreneurial world. Okay, it is a pleasure for being here, helping you guys. I love doing it. So whatever you guys need, just ask me, okay? We are going to have two stages of the mentorship program too. We have the group mentorship, which we are going to have weekly classes. We are going to define a day to have those classes. Okay, we are going to have weekly classes, and we also are going to have to a individual and customized mentorship about your business, about your idea in your private WhatsApp. Okay, so don't worry, I'm going to call every single one of you, okay, which fill out every single card. Okay, remembering you guys need to fill out every card. So if you don't have fill out any card, okay, the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, you can go back to the previously classes and watch the end of the class. At the end of every class, I'll teach you guys how to fill out every single step of those cards. Okay, so if you have any trouble, please let us know. I'm saying this for people who is watching it later. Okay, Yosef just said that he didn't have any other problem, but it is important, guys. If you guys have any doubts, any difficulties, please let us know so we can solve it together. Okay, we have Nicole from the relationship with students team, and she's always answering you guys the group. Okay, I'm always seeing what you guys are writing in there too. Okay, it is also, guys, important to make a evaluation commenting at the WhatsApp group. What did you guys find about the class? What did you guys find about the teacher? What did you guys find about my explanations in here? So what did you guys find about the course? Okay, so it is really important to have those words from you so we can know what is going well, and so we can fix what is not. So we are always looking for what you guys have to say, what you guys have to show. Okay, it is really important to hear you guys so we can reach a perfect class. Okay, so if you guys have any concerns, if you guys have any anything to say, please use our WhatsApp group or use here the YouTube chat the way you prefer. There's no problem. Okay? So let's start with today's class. I'm really glad for being here with you guys the entire week. It has been crazy, okay? It has been a really, really crazy week. Um, I'm giving I gave three classes, two different classes at the day, so it was a really rush week, but there's no problem. We do that because we love doing so. We love doing difference around the world. Okay, I'm a person who who loves being here teaching you guys. Okay, and the course is not over. Okay, only the first week. We are going to see each other at the mentorship program. So just like I said, take your notes. Okay, start to make some analysis of yourself, analysis of your business, so we can reach together whenever we want. Okay, so let's start with today's content. First, we are going to talk about my HR, then we go to my finances, my analysis, and at the stage 11, we can talk about the action plan. So the first thing we have in here, it is a product which we call My Team. Okay, this is the product 8, and you guys are going to find a similar questions the card at the online card you guys are going to fill today. Okay, and at this card, let's say you are going to explain how many people is going to work with you. Okay, I know actually that when you guys open a new business, probably you guys will be doing every single function that you have this business. So you are going to work with finances, you are going to be the salesman, you are going to be the manager, you guys are going to be the people who cleans in there, you guys are going to be the zealader. So you guys are going to do every single function at your business. But it is important to understand how many functions we have at this business, because once it grows, we are going to hire people for doing those functions, because when we have a big demand, we we won't have time for doing every single function at this business. So that's why we hire people. So using myself as example, I'm a singer, but if I became famous, let's cross our fingers. We do that in Brazil to have more luck. But if I become famous, I'll have to hire a producer. Okay, I'll need to hire a I'll need to hire some sound engineer. Okay, so it can organize the stage and make this sound better. Okay, so I'll need to hire roadies so they can carry my equipment. Okay, I'll need to hire someone to work with the lights, so someone to control the lights. So just in here, I've talked on four functions of a show. Okay, so it is important, guys, to sit and think about what kind of professionals do I need to hire. Okay, and also it is important to make a self analysis about what do we have difficulties in do and what we don't. For example, remember when I've asked you guys about being a planner and about being a executor, entrepreneur. It is important to think what kinds of abilities can help you guys those functions, and what do you need help and what you don't. For example, if you can keep making this function, you guys will save some money because you guys won't need to hire someone. So let's say you are good with numbers. Okay, let's say you are good at math, you are good at with numbers. You guys can make a lot of equations easily. So if you are good at this, you probably won't need to hire someone to do that, to pay attention on that on your business. But if you are a person who isn't really good about doing math, you probably will need to hire someone to do that. Let's say you are a shy person. Okay, so let's say you are shy, you have a lot of shyness. So it is important to remember, of course, that entrepreneurs can't be shy. Okay, because being shy can can stop you for saying things, can stop you to doing things in your life. Okay, so you guys need to work on that if you guys are a shy person. But that's not the point. I'm talking about people who have a lot of shyness, because we need to work on that, because if we don't talk to people, we will probably have some difficulties to sell our products. Okay, so it is really important to think how can we fix that, how can we change that. Okay, so it is really important to think, guys, what kind of professionals would you need to hire. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes so you guys can talk a little bit and share with me about to share with me about your kind of business. Okay, what kind of professionals would you hire. Okay, so let me know what kind of professionals would you hire at your business. Okay, so I'll give you guys 5 minutes. Please share with me what kind of functions you will have at your business. Let's say you are going to open a pharmacy. So you are going to need to hire a pharmacist, you are going to need to hire an attendant, you are going to need someone to charge them. Okay, so it is really important to understand what kind of functions would you have at your business. So I would like to know from you what kind of professionals do you need to hire. Okay, even if you say, but Kevin, I'm going to do it, I won't hire anything. It is important to understand what kinds of functions we have at your business. Okay, because just like we said on previously classes, guys, there are things that are in our control and there are things who are not. Okay, and this is one thing that are uh, that we have control. Okay, so this is a thing we have control, and it is important to think and to program ourselves to every single step. Okay, we need to follow every single step of our business or it will go wrong. Okay, so we don't want to have any surprises. Okay, we want to work with no alarms and no surprises. Okay, so it is really important to understand that. Okay, and to have a great quality of time. Okay, so it is really important to understand how to organize ourselves, how to reach our full potential. Okay, so whatever you guys need, please let me know. Okay, so I want to know about you guys. What kind of professionals would you hire to work with you? I'm going to give you guys some time because I really want to know your guys' answers. Okay, so if you come into an answer, please share with us. I can see at the YouTube that we have 3 persons watching us live. We have 4 actually, but one of them is me myself. The other one is Nicole, and the other one is Youssef. Who is the fourth person? I think we will never know. Just share with us if you are watching. Share about what I'm saying. Share if you have any doubts, if you have any concerns. Share with your colleagues. Your doubts can be your colleague doubt. So it is important to make questions. Okay, it is important to ask about your questions. Youssef is saying driver for transport of crops, a cleaner of the premise, a security guard, and other functions I will control for early stages of business. Nice, Youssef. But what kind of other functions you are talking about? It is important to put that on paper because if you need to hire people, you will have it right on your mind. Okay, so it is really important to have that on the paper at the paper. Okay, so then after you can make those strategies out of the ground. Okay, so it is important always to know to think. So what kind of other functions you are talking about? And it is important to think because you guys will need to fill out the fifth class and this fifth class card. It's about that. Okay, we are going to see it together later and we can understand it together. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 4 more minutes to share with us about your HR. What kind of professionals do you need to hire? And also, I would like to know, Youssef, what other functions you're talking about? I just want to remind you guys that you guys need to fill out every single card, okay? So you guys can be part of the mentorship program, okay, guys? I'm also going to be your mentor, okay? So it will be a pleasure being with you guys. I'm going to work with you guys for 3 months. Okay, so 90 days. I'm going to be with you guys, helping, talking, giving tips about business. So everything you guys need, you guys can count on me. Okay, so use this time of this mentorship program well. The most you guys respond about what I send to you guys, the most you guys participate, the better. Okay? So you guys have 2 more minutes to go. Then we move on for the next content. What kinds of professionals would you guys hire? You guys will hire a sales agent. You guys will hire security guards, just like Youssef said, a cleaner, a driver. What kind of professionals do you guys need to hire? This is really important, guys, okay? Not only thinking what kind of professionals would we hire talking about functions, okay? But it is also important to think that we need to hire people who have the same goals as the company, okay? So, for example, we need to, just like I said on previously classes, we need to have a position, okay, of our business, okay, so we can reach our target audience. So we need to know how to talk to our target audience. We need to understand how they want to be treated, okay? So that's also important, and when we think in hire someone, if this person share the same the same thoughts as you, okay, if this person have the the profile we that matches the position of our business, okay, we need to hire people that matches with the position of our business, okay. This is really important because once we do that, we will have a lot of qualified professionals, and we will have a excellent customer service, okay. It is always important to remember that we need to have a good service, okay. I always like to say that a good service isn't about a differentiator, okay, but a good service is the minimum, okay. So it is important to think that having a good service is essential for our business, okay. So let's move on with this part of the content. um, just like I said, it is really important to think about your HR, okay, so about persons who are going, professionals that you guys will need to hire, okay. This is a really important part of our business, okay. If you have a good product and you don't have a well-trained team, you will have problems. Doesn't matter how how great is your product. If you don't have a good team working with you, you will have some troubles to make sales, okay. So pay attention on that, and have a really, you guys need to have attention on that, paying attention on that, because that will make a lot of difference, okay. Let's go to the next part, okay. So in here we are going to see we are going to see other we are going to review some nomenclatures about finances, okay, that we need to understand, because just like I said, guys, we need to understand every single step of our production, okay. So we need to understand what do we need to do, how would you we do that, okay, and why is that so important for the company, okay. It is always important to have more knowledge. It is always important to have more informations about what we are doing, okay, so we can be the most prepared as possible, okay. So in here we are going to see some examples of words that you guys will face at your business, okay. So in here we are going to have four terms, okay. The first one are the fixed costs, okay. So to understand better, it is in Portuguese in here, just like we can see, it is right, para entender melhor. That means to understand better in Portuguese, okay? So at the first column, we have the technical terms. At the second column, we will have other names for those terms too. And at the third, we have the explanation. Okay, also, I'm going to talk about other terms, okay, that aren't in here. So let's understand together about those terms. So the first term, it is fixed costs. So just like we have seen on other previously classes, the fixed costs, it is that cost or bill that you have even if you don't sell anything. For example, your rent is a fixed cost because you have to pay it even if you don't sell anything at that month. Okay, so a fixed cost, it can be also called outflows and expenses, but I think we can define it better using the term fixed costs, are every single cost that doesn't change when we relate it to our production. Okay, so if it is a a bill that is going to become bigger, varying on our production, we will call it variable costs, okay, which is the total opposite of the fixed costs. Okay, so the second term is exactly the variable cost, okay, which we can also call it outflow, and also we can call it incidental expenses. Okay, so these are costs that vary as you sell your product. For example, okay, if you are spend if you have spent 1 real to make a pastel, this is your variable because if you sell two, it will be $2, or if you sell three, it will be $3. Okay, so the variable costs, it is strongly related into our production. Okay, so when we're thinking about variable costs, we are talking about our production. Okay, so how much do we need to expend to how much do we need to pay to so we can get this product, to have this final product and then sell it. Okay, we are talking about the variable costs. We have the total cost, which is the monthly cost, the total of it, or outflow, just like we can call. Okay, and we can call it total outflow too. Okay, we can call it total cost, monthly cost, total expense, outflow, and total outflow. Okay, so the total cost is the sum of all fixed and variable costs. Okay, so you are going to take everything, every single money that entered your account, and you are going to make a sum of all and get into those, and make a sum of all fixed and variable costs. Okay, so in that, you guys are going to see how much did you guys spend at that month. Okay, we have the term invoicing, that we can also call total sales, profit, or gross. Okay, and invoicing is the total amount of money that came into your business from your sales. For example, if you sold 500 pastries at $2, your revenue was 500 times 2. Okay, so we get into 1000 revenue. Okay, it is important, guys, to doesn't mix. I know some people call it profit, but I think he's wrong. Okay, because when we talk about profit, we are talking about how much money stays at our bank, okay, in our account after paying every single bill. Okay, so let's say you have your revenue was $10,000 this month, but you have paid $5,000 of but you have paid $5,000 of bills. Okay, if you have paid $5,000 of bills and you have earned 10,000, that means that your profit this month is 5,000. Okay, and it is important, guys, to remember that your profit isn't your salary. Okay, it is always important to understand that your salary was defined before you open a business. Okay, so you need to, just like we have seen on the previously classes, you guys will need to put on paper the expenses of yourself. Okay, and we are going to call it the 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 pro labor. Okay, so you need to know how much do you need to survive a month. Okay, but I'm talking about yourself, not about your business. Okay, so I'm talking about you guys. Okay, how much money do you guys need to earn a month so you guys can survive? And we are going to use that to define our price. We are going to sell it. Okay, so we can make a sales projection. Remember, last class when we have talked about the margin of contribution, it is important to understand this margin of contribution and understand how much money do we need to do. Okay, it is really important. We have also other technical terms about finances. Okay, we have something we can call ROI, okay, which we can also call it ROI, okay, which means return on investment. Okay, this is how we call the time we need to take back a investment. For example, okay, guys, I'm going to use a personal example of something I did myself. There are 2 months. I'm a singer, just like you guys know. I'm a singer, so I perform a lot of shows. Okay, and I'm a singer, but I'm also a musicist. Okay, so I play guitar, I play bass, I play acoustic guitar, I played keyboard, I play drums. So I play a lot of instruments. Okay, and I'll, I used to have a really bad guitar. Okay, just like you guys can see in here. It is right in here. So I've bought this this guitar. Okay, this new guitar. It is really better than the other one I used to have. Okay, so I bought this guitar. Okay, and when I have bought this guitar, I have invested 800 reais. Okay, so I'm going to use the word dollar. Okay, because real is not common for you guys. It is the coin from Brazil we're using here. Okay, but I've bought this guitar for, let's say, $800. Okay, so I've paid $800 on this guitar. And how much time do I have? Do I need to take this money back? So at that moment when I bought this guitar, I was making some shows here in São Paulo where I live, and I was charging I was charging them for $200 for every show I was doing. So if I spent $800 to get a new guitar, and am I earning $200 to play to make a show, it means that I'm going to have this return of investment in four shows. Okay, so if I'll make a show every Saturday, I'll need 4 Saturdays to pay my guitar. Okay, could you guys get it? So return is or return of investment. It's how much time do we need to get a investment back? Okay, and also you guys need to remember that every time we invest on a business, every time we invest in a new technology, on a better quality product, we are going to earn more. Okay, so every time you guys invest, the most you guys invest, the most you guys can charge for your clients, using this as a excuse. For example, remember I just said that I used to charge people $200 to make a show. So I have invested on a new guitar. I have invested on a new drum. I have invested on a new amplifier for my guitar. So after I've did all of those investments, I'm charging now $1,000 to make a show. Okay, uh, I do not charge in dollars actually. Okay, I'm just using the word dollar because you guys are not familiarized with real. Okay, which is the current name of the money here in Brazil. Okay, we call it real, but I'm saying dollars so you guys can understand. Okay, so my show, I used to charge them 200 dollars, and now I'm charging them $1,000 because I have invested and now I have a better equipment, which make my sounds better. Okay, so it is really important, guys, to make that, to assume that, to start doing that analysis of our work, because when we think on every single step of that, we are not having any other surprises. Okay, so it is really important to understand how can we do it so we can have a better organization of our work, to have a better profit of it. Okay, so it is really important. Okay, guys. So we have other terms too. Okay, we have talked about fixed costs. We have talked about variable costs. Okay, we have cash control and cash flow too. Okay, cash control and cash flow are how we organize to analyze how much money we are making in a week, in a day, in a month, in a semester, for example, in a year. Okay, so when we are talking about cash flow, we are talking about how can we make this control. Okay, it is really important to make this control, to know how much money is entering, how much money is leaving. Okay, we need to understand where we spend every single cent. Okay, it is really important to know where every single coin is going. Okay, because when you guys once you guys start doing that, this control, you guys won't have any surprises. Okay, so let me know if you guys need anything about doing a cache control or a cache flow. I'm actually going to review this at the mentorship program with you guys, so don't be afraid. I know I'm saying a lot of terms in here, but we are going to see it later at the mentorship program. Okay? So it is important, guys, to understand those technical terms, okay? So you guys can be prepared for whenever it comes. Okay? So if you guys have any difficulties doing that, please let me know, okay? Because it is important to have this it is important to have those controls and to know these words, okay, guys? So now we are going to enter into our pause, okay? I'm going to leave in here for 25 minutes, so we come back in 25 minutes, and I'm waiting for you guys, okay? So see you guys in 20 minutes. Bye bye. See you later. So, hello everyone, welcome back to the final of our last class. Okay, I was really glad for being here with you guys, sharing with you my knowledge and learning with you guys too. Yeah, I think it is really important to share our experiences, to share our culture, to know more about your culture, so you guys can also know more about the culture from Brazil. Okay, and this is really important. This exchange of culture is really important. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few minutes so you guys can come back, and then we can start with the final part of this class. Okay, I'll only wait some minutes so you guys can come back. If you are already back, please let us know. Send a message on the WhatsApp group, send a message on the YouTube chat. I'm going to be waiting for you guys to come back. So I'll be waiting for a few minutes, then we go back with the content and we can learn together. Okay? Welcome back, Yusef. Welcome back. And soon we can start to finish this class, okay? I'm going to wait 1 minute, okay? Then we can already start. So now we are going to think about my analysis, okay? So we are going to talk about three things that you guys need to improve. In this example, we have body, mind, and knowledge. So we need to think in three things that we want to improve. And also we have this action plan that is how, guys, we learn how to do things. Okay, so this is, I think you guys can see it. I don't know why this slide is not showing for you guys. Yes, now everything is normal. So we have this action plan, okay, which is a really common strategy we call it 5W2H, okay? And that is a strategy so we can define what, where, when, who, and how much we are going to do something. Okay, so like do more research on the first line. We have do more research. So what we are going to do? We are going to do more research. Where we are going to do? Let's say on your neighborhood. Okay, so you are going to put the name of your neighborhood, the name of your town, when you are going to do it. So you are going to use the you are going to use so you guys are going to use the day you want to start doing more research. So let's say 23 from the month 5 of 2025. So you guys are going to use the the column of when. Who is going to do it? So let's say yourself is going to do. So you guys, I'm going to use myself in here. And how much will you guys spend doing these researches? So let's say you are going to spend $10 because you are going to print some folders so people can respond, or you can make online researches and you are going to spend nothing. Okay, so it is important to make those to make this action plan so you guys can really take your business off the ground. Okay, so do more research. Where you're going to do these more researches, when you're going to do, who is going to do, and how much will you spend. When do you want to start? So when do you want to start your business? Where do you want to start your business? When do you want to start? Who is going to start it? And how much will you spend to start your business? What is missing to start? For example, money, supply, staff, etc. So what you're going to do? What is missing to start? Let's say supplies. So where you're going to take those supplies? You can say you can use your city name too, or if you're going to buy it online, you can write it online too. When you are going to buy it, from who you are going to buy it, and how much you are going to spend. The fourth one is negotiate with suppliers. So negotiate with suppliers, where you're going to negotiate, when you're going to negotiate, who is going to negotiate, and how much will you're going to spend to do that. Advertising, which we can use online and offline. So where you are going to advertise, when you are going to start to make this advertising, who is going to build this advertising, and how much do you think you will spend to do this advertising. And the last one is to make your first sales with friends. So where you are going to make your first sale. So let's say you're going to make it online. When you're going to make those sales, who is going to make those sales? So let's say you will hire a salesman, and this salesman is going to make this sales. But if yourself is gonna do, you're gonna write myself, okay, or me. You can write me too. And how much will be the value of your first sale. So let's say your first sale is going to be $500. So how much will be this first sale? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to fill out the last card. Then I'll go back to the content and I'll read you guys some so we can make our goodbyes. Okay, it's not a real goodbye because we are going to see each other at the mentorship program, but we want to congratulate you guys for being here the entire week, watching us, commenting, posting. So we are really happy for being here, for having you guys in here. Okay, so I'm going to share my guide. So in here, guys, we have the students portal. I've been showing you guys this the entire week. Just like you guys can see in here, we have the teacher evaluation, okay? And this teacher evaluation, you guys are going to, you guys can make an evaluation about myself, okay? So I'm going to share this guide with you guys. And you guys can make a teacher evaluation. Okay, so in here you can write your full name. In here we are going to watch the teacher's name. So Kevin. Okay, my name is Kevin. So did the teacher stipulate the times for the beginning and the end of the class? You're going to say yes. Does the teacher have motivation profile and develop self-confidence in students? So if you have feel motivated, you can vote yes. How do you access the teacher? So the interaction with the students. So how much did I have interacted with you? Poor, fair, good, or excellent? I'm going to put it good. I'm going to put it excellent. Oh, excellent. How do you access the way the teachers methodology approach with the students? So very technical and not very objective, very technical and very objective, not very technical and not very objective, or not very technical and very objective. Okay, I'm going to use very technical and very objective. Does the teacher use good examples to explain the methodology to your students? So let's say yes. Does the teacher encourage students to fill out the cards? Let's say yes. Does the teacher answer all questions in timely manner during class? Yes. I have answered your guys' questions, okay? And if you have any suggestions, any complaints, or compliments, you guys can write in here, okay? So let's go back to the students portal. And we are going down below it. We are going down. And in here we have this online cards, okay? You guys, remembering that you guys need to fill every single one of them, okay? You guys need to fill card 1, then card 2, card 3, card 4, and then the fifth card, okay? And let's fill out together the last one, okay? So let's start. Again, remember guys to always use the same name, okay? So Kevin, and in here, Melo da Silva. Next, the same email. Next, So in here we are going to use my HR, okay? So you're going to write about people who is going to work with you. Just like I said with you guys, I'm going to use my example. Sorry, I was showing you guys the wrong guide. I'll share it again with you guys. So again, we go to the name, and my name is Kevin Melo da Silva. My last name is always important to use the same, guys. Use the same name you guys use the first time. You guys use the same email. Next. And in here, you guys will fill in here who you already work with or will work with you. I'm going to use my example. Okay, so let's say I need a band. Okay, so I need a band to play with me. So a band to play with me. A sound engineer or a producer. I'll need someone to control the lights, someone to control lights, and roadies so they can carry my equipment. Okay, so I'm going to hire a band to play with me. I'll need to hire a sound engineer or a producer. I'll need to hire someone to control the lights and roadies so they can carry our equipment. Okay, let's go to the next one. So in here, you guys are going to make a cash flow, okay, about your incomes, okay? So what is entering in a day and what you guys have of the business, okay? So in here we are going to note our fixed costs. So in here I'm going to use rent. Let's say rent, let's say water, let's say light. And if you guys don't have any other example, you guys can put an X on it, okay? So rent, water, light, and also I'm going to put it internet. The rest of it, I'm going to use an X because we won't fill it. Okay, so X, 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 X. Okay. So in total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fixed costs. Okay. So we have 4 fixed costs. Let's say we have 4 fixed costs because we pay rent, water, light, and internet. And above them, in here, sorry, I said above. In here we have 4 in total. Okay. How much do we pay? Let's say $500, $50 for water, $50 for lights, and $50 for internet. The other ones, we're going to use X, X, and X. So if we have $500 for rent, $50 for water, $50 for lights, and $50 for internet, we are going to have a total value of $615. So now let's describe our variable costs. Okay. So for me, for example, I have just a second. So I'll have equipment maintenance. Okay, so equipment maintenance, sorry, maintenance, equipment maintenance, equipment maintenance. I'll have let's say transports. Let's think in other thing. And let's put in here band, because if I hire a band, I'll have variable costs, and if I have less musicians playing, I'll pay few. So variable cost x, because we won't have any more. So I'll use an x, and in total I have how much variable costs? I'll have 3. So I have the total of 3 variable costs. And let's see about its value. Okay. So equipment maintenance, let's say $100, transport $200, and band $1,000. Let's say I pay my band $1,000. So from variable costs, I'll have 1,300. 1,300. So in here, we are going to use the values of a input of a day and the output of a day. So I'm going to use the example of making a show, and I'm going to charge $5,000 to make this show. Okay, the rest, because it is only one sale. Okay, so the rest of them I'm going to put an X on it. X, X, X. Okay, and the input amount is going to be 5,000. But remember, just like I said, that I have to pay $200 for transport. I have to pay $1,000 for band. And let's say we have to make some maintenance. We have to make some maintenance on the equipment. So I'm going to use $100 in here, $200. So in total, we have $200, $1,000, and $200. So in total, we have $1,400. Okay. So we are going to use a 0 in here. Oh, we are going to do the next because we don't have the value of other expenses. Okay, if you have a lot of expenses a day, you are going to put a lot of expenses. I only have 3. Okay, and the total value of it is $1,400. In here we have $5,000 of input. Okay, so at the end of it, we still have $5,000 less $1,400. So we are going to have a, a profit in here of $3,600. Let's go to next. So basic financial analysis. Next. So in here, guys, you guys are going to use the analysis of your month. Okay, so let's say your month cost it is $1,000. Okay, based on a sale of, in here you guys are going to think how many sales do you need to pay this month cost. Okay, so the month costs based on a sale of, let's say you have to make 5 sales of $200. Okay, we have the revenue month. Okay, which is based on the sale of $500. So let's say in the month, so we have to sell 5 units to pay those $1,000. Okay, and the revenue this month, let's say it have been $5,000 because we have sold 5 times the value we needed. We have, say, 25 units. Okay, so the total profit of month is going to be the month cost, the revenue month minus the 1,000 monthly cost. So in here we're going to have a profit of 4,000 based on a sale of 25 units. Okay, so how many money, how much money we need to have in the work capital? So we say uh, uh, the financial analysis that we need to have 3 times the month cost to survive. Okay, so the working capital is going to be 3 times the month cost. So let's say the working capital need to be $3,000. Okay, so the point balance, we need to pay our bills. We are going to use the 1,000 value 2, and in a year we are going to make it times 12, so it's going to be $12,000. Okay, and in here we have the time limit for the return on investment. So how many times how much time we need to return the investment we made. So let's say we have invested, let's say we have invested like $1,000. If we make $1,000 in a month, so in here it's going to be 1 month to take it back. Okay. Sorry, if we have spent $4,000 and we have the total profit of $4,000, the return of investment will happen in 1 month. Okay. Let's go to the next one. And in here, we are going to make our action plan. So where we are going to do more research. So let's say São Paulo, which is the city I live. When? When I'm going to do it? Let's say I'm going to do 31 5 2025. Who is going to do? Me. How much I'm going to spend? Zero, because I'm going to do it by myself. When do you want to start? Let's say, when do you want to start? Where? Let's say online. When? Let's say 31 6 2025. Who is going to start? Me. How much I'll need to pay? Let's say $5,000. I need to close with suppliers. Where? Online. When? Let's say 15 6 2025. Me. How much? Let's say $3,000. So what kind of plan do you have for disclosure? So what kind of advertisement you are going to make? Let's say online. When we open it, so 31. Now let's say 15 6 2025. Who is going to to make this advertisement? Let's see, me. And how much we're going to spend? Let's say 5,000. Let's say $500, so we can spend on at a infra in an extruder, so we can record our videos, record our to record our products. Okay, so it is important to make an investment for that. Okay, so where will we close our first sale with friends? Let's say online. When? Let's say the day we are going to open. So 31 6 2025. Who is going to make this sale? Me. How much? Let's say $600, the first sale. So let's go next. So what's left for you to start? So leave what's missing here. For example, money, instance, staff. For me, let's say money. I'm going to write it money. Next. My analysis. So describe what you have to improve in your life to achieve this dream. And so we are going to talk about our body, our mind, and about our knowledge. Okay? So at body, we are going to use, let's say I'll start training. For my mind, I'll read. And for knowledge, let's say, for mind, let's say I'll travel. Okay. And for knowledge, I'll read. Okay. And now we have it completed. Okay, let's go back to our lesson 5 in here. Share this guide. So now we are going to start to say a little goodbye for you guys, but we are going to see each other soon, okay, at the mentorship program. And now let's read a little bit in here. So, only those who have a passion for turning ideas into reality are entrepreneurs. It is your personal power that will propel you forward in your business. It is necessary to develop your personal power. Bizarro appreciates your effort in getting this far, showing that you are on the right path to becoming a successful entrepreneur. So, congratulations. So, let's go together to the mentorship program. Okay? I hope you all fill out every single card. Okay, so we need you guys to fill out every single card online, okay, at the GPF students portal. Okay, it is really important for you guys for entering in there to understand what do you guys need to fill out. Okay, if you guys are having any difficulties, please call me on WhatsApp. Use the WhatsApp group to say, oh, I'm having trouble at the card 5, at the card 4. We are going to help you to fill out them. Okay, so we want to thank you for your participation in this class, and now begins another stage of the course, applying your business plan in practice and with the assistance of your class consultant. Okay, so I'm going to be the consultant of this class, and I'm going to be the consultant of this class. Okay, also I like to call it a mentor. Okay, so I'm going to be the mentor of this class. So whenever you guys need this consultancy, or just like I would like to say, this mentorship program, I think it is really important to participate this mentorship program so we can fix every so it is important, guys, to participate for on the mentorship program, to join it. So it is really important to being there, participating, talking, to responding. I'm going to send you guys a lot of tips, okay? And I'm really glad for being here, for being participating with you guys, to have you guys every day in here commenting, talking about your business, about your idea, about your dreams. And I want to help you guys to achieve those dreams, okay? How about logo? The logo I'm going to send to you guys at the mentorship program, okay, Youssef? So in a couple weeks, I'm going to send you guys the logo, okay? In a couple weeks, okay? Me myself am going to send you guys the logo, okay? So goodbye, guys. See you at the mentorship program. Bye bye. Thank you for